Hi everyone, thanks for joining. We're just going to wait for a few minutes until other people join us and then we can begin. I'm just going to let a few others join and then we can begin. I know there's lots of people saying they have a message, but just let me know who you'd like the message from and what the relationship is to you. And hi to everyone that's joined, thanks very much for coming on. Okay, so just once again, if you give the actual name of the person and the relationship to them, that'd be great. Sorry, just 1 second. I'm just trying to see who I'm drawn to. Just give me a moment. I know it's not fun looking at me just sit here in silence, but I'm just, there's stuff I'm doing in my head and stuff, so. Catherine Moore, what's your mother's name? Catherine, if you're there, can you just write comments? Thank you. Hi Christine, hi Anne, thanks everyone in Moya again and everyone that's joined. I'm just waiting on Catherine to see if she's still there or if she's logged off. I feel like her mother is a little bit reluctant to come through anyway, so we'll see. Oh, Rose, she said, didn't she? Just waiting to see if she actually hears though, so I'm not talking to myself. Don't know if she's online. I don't know if I'll just let her go. I'll give her 1 or 2 more minutes and then we'll just move on. I'm not seeing anything from Catherine, so I'll just move on to someone else now. She must have just logged off or something. I felt her mother was a bit reluctant to come through. Maybe tonight wasn't a night for her. Maybe next time. I don't usually connect with the men in the spirit world that well, don't know why. But I can try to connect to your dad, Angelina. Just give me a second. Let's say it was Marin. Okay, so Angelina, what I'll just do is I'll just try to get a few details confirmed with yourself so that we can validate I have your dad here with me, okay? Okay. So, Angelina, can you connect with your dad having, there's something that happened in January, it's like a birthday or an anniversary, but it just makes me feel like it's some sort of, I don't even want to say it's a celebration as such, but it's just January is an important month. If you can understand that, I can try to go deeper with it. I'm hoping you're still there. So not in January, okay. And would you understand your dad having problems with the throat as well prior to passing? It's pretty near the end. I'll try to get more details on it because I know obviously everyone, when they're taking their last breaths, it always goes, but I felt like there was something significant around the throat because I felt like a bit of restriction around the throat area. See, I'm not 100% sure that I think I might have someone else with me as well, okay? Do you understand him as having like hay fever or like allergies? Or because just as I was tuning into him, I was feeling a lot of I felt like I wanted to sneeze or a lot of irritation around my nose area. And he also makes a reference to 9 children in the family as well. So he always had sore throats and lost his voice. Okay, I can take that. Because it was just feeling like a really like tickly or something like that, or restriction probably wasn't the right word to use, but I just felt like there was pressure there anyways. Do you understand the 9 children in the family? If not, it's okay. So the hay fever you understand as well, it's brilliant. Let's see. And I'm just asking for, because I want to kind of get more into kind of personality type stuff, because I just want you to actually know that I have him here with me. Let's see. I'm just asking him to describe his personality and stuff, and he was saying he was a hard man but a fair man. He is someone that's a bit harder for me to get information out of. I do feel he's a little bit kind of standoffish, or like, I think, like, I know he's trying to tell me something. I feel like what he's trying to tell me is he wasn't someone that would divulge information to a stranger like he's doing now to me, so that wouldn't have been something like what he would do in real life, but I know he's doing that on purpose so that I know, so that I can say that back to you, kind of. So he's someone that kept his private stuff a lot to himself, and there's all stuff coming in about loyalty and, you know, that type of thing. It's just like he just liked to keep his business to himself and his family's business to himself. So a very kind of proud man. That's how I describe it. If you can take the 9 kids, just let me know. It's no bother. I can, because I know, I don't see it. I don't know if it was 9 children in his family or if he was just talking about them all together, but he's just making a reference to 9 kids. But I just want to see if you can take it before I kind of go deeper with it. It's so hard to get information off. No, grandkids, that's perfect, that's fine. Because he said it really clear, so I knew there had to be something like that. He's been kind of very short and blunt with me, and I'm trying to get information. I'm kind of fighting with him because it's like I'm saying, okay, like I want to give her, you know, information and stuff, but then he's like, listen, all you need to know is just tell her that I love her. That's what she wants to hear, which he does, but I also want to get more information out of him but it's kind of like trying to draw blood from a stone. So like, I'm hoping that he kind of opens up a little bit more, but I'll just see what else I can kind of like pick on him about to see what else I can get for you. I don't feel like he was much of a talker or a chatter. He makes me feel like he liked to keep things short and sweet. Like I said a moment ago, he was very kind of blunt and stuff. So it's just almost like he'll say what he needs to say, and then he's gone. Kind of like he's not one to kind of really sit around and embellish on a story or something like that. He's just like, get to the facts. And I'd say the way he's coming across, Angelina, is he's a little bit impatient, or he's not very tolerant of people that beat around the bush, or like, I just feel like if someone was telling me a story and he was there, he'd be like, okay, get on with it, get to the point type of things, He's stubborn, yeah, that's him. Come on, Martin, give me some notes. Is there a John somewhere else, either connected to him or in his name, Angelina? Like, names are not my thing, like everyone knows that, but like when he came through first, he said John, so. And did he have a red car at some stage? Because he's showing me a red car. Martin John, okay, cool. Because that's the first time in a long time I've gotten a bloody name right. Excuse the French. Do you understand the red car? So you had a red car years ago, never drove it. That's perfect. Did someone in the family? Because what I'm actually been shown is, one of those big stretch Hummer, like limousine type of cars. Did someone ever rent that out for an event or a party or something like that? Those big kind of, like, usually you see them when they're pink, but like they're, I don't know if you know what a Hummer is, but it's a big, huge, just long. It looks like a limousine, kind of a truck thing. But it was a Hummer in particular that I was shown, so. Your nephew's deaf, so that's perfect. So usually when stuff like that comes through, it's just their little way of letting you know that they were there at that moment and they were enjoying that kind of experience with them as well. So you might want to let the nephew know that he would have been looking out for that. Was he a smoker as well, Angelina? Because I just feel like the back of my throat, I just feel like I feel like, when you like take a drag of a cigarette and it hits the back of your throat or something, that kind of dry. Big smoker, okay. And did he ever have cancer in his life, or something cancer related or something like that? Because, and I hate throwing the cancer word out there because it can get, because if you get it wrong, then it's. But I just feel like it just feels like it'd be something like that, if you know what I mean. So he passed from cancer because because when he was talking about the throat, I don't know if it's throat cancer or not, but and I'd be lying if I said it was because I wasn't actually told that, but it was like he just kind of whispered the word cancer, but it's not something that he would have wanted people to keep remembering him by, if you know what I mean. He wanted people to remember him for other things other than, an illness, like, because what he said was he's worth more than that, and he didn't want his legacy to just be like, oh, he died from cancer kind of thing. He just wants to be remembered for him and not necessarily how he passed or how people would remember him kind of towards the end, He just did things his own way, and he takes full responsibility for life choices and that type of thing leading up to his passing. But he makes me feel like he did have, a good life. He just gives me the feeling like nothing was wasted. There was no regrets. There was never a time where he thought like I could have done more or that type of thing. It's just like, I came there to do what I needed to do. Yes, I left some people behind, but I'm still with them very much. And he said he can help. He's more from where he is now than if he would have been still here. So he said, always remember me before he got the cancer. Absolutely. The colon cancer. Oh, don't know. Yeah, because like things like cancer, I never actually get told specifics. All I hear is a general word, and I don't dare try to find out where, like, what part of the body, because I'm even lucky if I get that far. So, yeah. Is there a Maureen connected to him still alive? Your mom's sister, okay. And is your mother still alive? Because I feel like she's still here. Yeah, because like with your mother, it's kind of interesting. It's like I was confused because he kept talking about your mother, and it was kind of like I wasn't sure whether she was here or there. So then that was like, she's still here. Kind of thing. She can't be with him now though. And what like I wrote down after I wrote Boomer was saying, because that's what I do. I write stuff down on this thingy. So, he was saying like she's dying of a broken heart, kind of thing. If that makes sense. But he was saying that she can't be with him at the moment. It's not. She's too much to do. She's too much people that depend on her and that type of thing. So, she just needs you to kind of be there for her. That's what he's kind of saying, that she wants that extra kind of bit of support, but she won't ask for it. And I feel like she's kind of like a complicated lady to kind of figure out where her head's at and stuff. And he said she's as stubborn as he was. And he's just talking about when they met. He's like, when I met her, like I met my match. In other words, like she was kind of more stubborn than he was and stuff. And you know, I feel like he was really kind of a strong person. Like he'd never let, not that he was sexist, but he wouldn't let a woman kind of, how do I say, I'm not even saying this right, I'm not. He won't let her kind of like tell him what to do or boss him or that type of thing. But it's like when he met her, it's like she didn't give him a choice. Like she was just a lot kind of stronger in kind of a lot of ways than him, and he just kind of like, to save an argument, like sometimes he just kind of let her away with stuff. But yeah, she's just finding it hard to adjust, is what I feel. Yeah, she was definitely the boss. Not that he'd admit it to people. I don't see is there anything else to. Are you either studying or going back to some sort of like school or studying or something like that, or he's just opening the books for you, like, and it's like you have to learn more or something like this? Does this make sense? Not for you. Don't know who it's for then. It's definitely something connected with study around you, so I don't know if it's going to come up or if it's that he wants to push you to do something a bit more with kind of your life or your career, whatever it is. But usually, like, if it doesn't make sense exactly with something that you're planning to do, then it's something that they are going to help either open up for you, or there's going to be some sort of a avenue for you to pursue that eventually or something like that. So just bear it in mind, and you might be surprised when it comes through, okay? Let's see. Stuck in a row. See, it's been a busy year for you and stuff, like for the whole family, especially your dad passing. So I mean, it might feel like you're stuck in a rut at the moment, but you know, it does get easier as time goes on and stuff. It's just, there's a lot of emotional stuff that you would have been dealing with the last year and stuff, and you know, don't be hard on yourself, or like, you have to give yourself time to grieve, time to heal and stuff, and it doesn't happen overnight or anything, so it is just going to kind of get slowly, like, ever so easier as time goes on and stuff. But just don't be too hard on yourself, and even your mother not to be too hard on yourself, putting pressure on yourself to hold everything together. Like, sometimes you just need to let it out. You need to maybe even seek out bereavement counseling and stuff, like somewhere that you can let all your emotions out in a positive kind of atmosphere, in a non-judgmental environment and stuff. Because so many people, they keep everything bottled up. It's all kind of like pent up kind of emotions and stuff, and it's better to let it out and keep it in, so that it doesn't just all fester inside you and make you kind of angry and have outbursts and that type of thing, you know. Let's see. Do you know if did he have tattoos on the hand or something, or I'm not 100% on that now, so don't shoot me if I got it wrong. Yeah, because just with the, I wasn't, it was just a very quick image that you just showed me, but it's like as if he was shaking my hand, but he wasn't shaking it like, where's the bloody camera? Wait, he wasn't shaking it like this. It was like kind of like this or something, do you know what I mean? So, and it was just when I looked on the other side of his hand, it looked like there was some sort of like a tattoo or something there, but I wasn't 100% sure. But he made me feel like it was almost one of them tattoos, you know, like the sparrows or something like this anyway. Brave and wanting to get on his hand, I won't get it done. Pain, ouch, ouch. Let's see. His energy is getting weaker there, so I think I'll let him go, Angelina, okay? But he's just leaving his love, and he wants to say also admiration and respect for you and how you're coping with everything and what you're doing and stuff. And he said just to keep strong. He's like, I don't know, he's giving you kind of like a, what's that called, a fist bump or whatever it's called. It's kind of like to stay strong or something like that, or just to kind of hold it together for yourself and for everyone else. And but definitely don't keep everything bottled in. Maybe try to seek out ways that you can express your emotions and stuff to other people and that type of thing in kind of like a safe environment. Not necessarily a friend, because you never know what you're going to say it to someone else, but someone that's unbiased, that's, you know, not going to judge you, basically, in other words, you know. Yeah, so I'm just going to leave his love with you, Angelina. Hopefully you've enjoyed your reading, which I believe you have. You've kind of confirmed a lot of stuff, so that's great. And have yourself a lovely evening. And your dad says night night and blows you a kiss. Okay, see you now. Bye. Just not see who else I'm drawn to now. I'm going to try and keep them as short as I can, because last time, well, I did it again there, but the last time I was on for 40 minutes with one person, but I want to try and make them kind of like at least 20 minutes minimum. So just let me know the name of the person you want to connect with and their relationship to you. Because it just makes connecting a little bit stronger when I know the name of the actual person rather than tuning into your energy and trying to fish around and see who's in the spirit world for you. And Nolan, I'll definitely keep your friend in my prayers. Her dad just passed away. Sorry to hear for his loss, or her loss rather. Myron Carval, I'll try to connect to your Nanny Mary, isn't it? Okay. Just give me a few moments as usual. Hello, dear. Does she use that expression? Okay, Mother, that's fine. I know it's very stereotypical of kind of grandmothers in the kitchen and stuff, but she's just making me aware that she enjoyed doing stuff like baking. And would you remember going to her house and having stuff like crumpets or stuff of this nature in particular? I just feel like I need to, when I'm going to her house, I need to be having like tea and crumpets or tea and a Victoria sandwich, cake, or just stuff like this. Hi, Nicola, how are you? Let's see. Just wait for Moira to come back to me. Okay, so she passed away before you were born. Okay. Yeah, so we could maybe ask your mother about that. Like, would those have been the types of things that people would have had when they went to her house and stuff? She was saying, maybe there's not a lot you're going to be able to confirm then if you didn't know better, but maybe you can write it down or something like that, or show your mother or something like that. She was making me aware that one of her legs was giving her trouble, and she had to wear these things that were like either a leggings or a support hose or some sort of like maybe a compression sock or something like this. Um, but I know it was definitely one of the legs that was giving her particular trouble. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, so because you can't really validate a lot as if it was before you were born, like, or I can say the stuff and then you can just um, relay it back to people in the family that you know, and you may be able, they may be will enjoy it hearing it. She is giving me a lot of kind of problems around the stomach area as well, and I just feel like really kind of like there's a lot of wind built up in my stomach and stuff, and so I don't know if there were certain foods that she couldn't eat that made her kind of bloated or gassy or something like that. Okay, so she was definitely having problems, those types of problems with the stomach area, and I feel like they would have done some sort of procedure in the hospital at one stage where they had to blow gas into her stomach, like air or something like that, as part of some, I don't know, maybe some sort of, she had some sort of a camera or a scope done or something, I don't know. But she's making me feel like they had to blow air into the stomach to see what was kind of going on there, okay? Let's see. She makes me feel like for yourself, Moira, that it's a particularly, don't say like a lucky time for you, but she's making me feel like things are going to start kind of working out for you at the moment, because it's like as if what she's showing me is the solar system, but she's showing me all the stars come together, so all the stars are kind of aligning and stuff, but it's like as if stuff is going to happen kind of in your favor a lot more from now on. So usually if stuff like that comes through, it's when, you know, you may feel like you haven't been having the best luck, or things just haven't been kind of looking on up for you or something like that. And now it's kind of like she's just letting you know that things are kind of going to work out a little bit for the better, if that makes sense. Like there's either something happening now around you, or else it's really, really close that, and she's just saying that it's like when two people kind of come together or something like that. It's like some sort of a union or something like that, but I'm not sure if it's even a relationship. It's just like two people come together, and it's like it's just meant to be our destiny, or whatever you want to call it, or and do you know if she ever had like a gold tooth, or a tooth that was completely different color to the rest of her teeth, like it's played in something, or having a tough time, yeah. So she's just validating, really letting you know that things are going to start working out a little bit better for you. I don't know what it is, because what I was shown was like an image of, you know, like Captain Jack Sparrow from Pirates of the Caribbean, and it was just like when he opened his mouth, I just saw like this glaring gold kind of a tooth. So I don't know what other way I'd interpret it. Perhaps something that's coming to you that's, you know, may not be of that much importance to you, but to her or someone else it was important. I don't know how you'd interpret it even, so I'm not going to try, but that's what I was shown anyway. I was shown a gold tooth. Let's see. She's saying she had a very like a sweet tooth or something like that. What she called like a snack attack or something like that. It's like she had like a craving, and she always had to have like or something sweet in the press or something like that. So she must have had a sweet tooth. Or maybe that's what she was showing, something to do with the tooth. And maybe that's where she was going with it. Just have to Google a word, because sometimes Spirit gives me a word I don't understand. Right. I don't know where they always give me big words that my tiny brain can't understand. So, was she very religious or something like that? Or because the word I'll explain to you in a second, because I just did a Google for the dictionary definition of the word. But the word that she gave me, like, it's one that's really associated with someone that's really kind of religious. They're, almost overly religious or something like that. Or I don't know. I'll wait for your answers before I go into it more. Extremely religious. So there we go. Right. The word she gave me was sacrilegious, and I'm looking up on the online dictionary, and it's all about like all these words like blasphemous, sinful, irreverent, godless, and ungodly, holy. So maybe she doesn't, and she's like all the other words that like are associated with ungodly, unholy, disrespectful, sinful, profane. So I don't know if mediumship would be something that she would agree with. I think she thinks I'm going to go to hell or something. I don't know, but that was just her way of telling me that she was really, really religious. Kind of funny. And did she do the bingo as well, Myra? Because she just shouted at me, legs 11. Oh, God. She didn't play bingo. I don't know. Maybe she wants to. Oh gosh, belt's sticking into my screen. She doesn't have much else to say, but she makes me feel like you have a question, Myra, for her. What is it? Can't see the orbs. I didn't know there was any, was there? I'll turn it off just so you know. I didn't even notice. If you can't think of a question, Myra, don't worry about it. But she just said that she just gave me the feeling that there was something that you needed to know. Or but if you can't think of anything at the moment, it's fine. So are you in a relationship at the moment, or are you wondering about a new one? Or because the stuff that came up earlier on about kind of the union and stuff, because that'd be more kind of like a psychic kind of a question, I suppose, rather than they generally don't tell us stuff about like kind of like love and predictions and stuff, because it's just they have other things to talk about. But I'm just asking her to focus on this relationship before, and it's like it's something that you can't go back to. So it just gives me the feeling like kind of like it's done, it's forgotten, and even if the opportunity comes up that you can go back to that, like you're not to, because what I was pulling up before was this thing, the whole thing about a union or whatever, but it feels like it's more a newer one. So it was either something that's happening currently or else something that's coming up shortly. But she's just making me aware, like, just to leave the past in the past and stuff, and now to kind of move on to kind of stuff that you want to do. And in terms of college and stuff, she just makes me feel like you need to be kind of proactive and kind of go after whatever it is you want to do and stuff, and not kind of procrastinate. She makes me feel like you're procrastinating a lot, or you say like, oh, I'll do it, but something else always comes up. So you have to make a goal for yourself. You have to plan it out and say, this is where I'm going to be in a few months' time. It's no use just saying I'm going to do this and this. Like, you have to make out a time plan and stick to it and build up the steps and work towards it. And then that's when a goal becomes a reality and not just a dream. Okay. So I'll leave your love with you, Myra, and I hope you have enjoyed your reading tonight, and I'll leave your grandmother, Mary's love with you, okay? Thanks very much, and good night. Probably be able, I'm on an hour already. I'll try to squeeze a small one in, if I can. So once again, just leave the name and the relationship to you that sorry, mine's gone blank. Yeah, name and relationship of the person you'd like to connect with.